Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I'm going over some more Cyberpunk issues that are happening on the PS4 Pro version. Yes, I apologize for how long it took me to get this other video out. Been going through some stuff. Recently my mother was in the hospital, so that took up some time trying to drive back and forth, taking care of her stuff, because she was also trying to get better at a different place after she left the hospital. So that took a lot of my time, just daily, just driving back and forth, just trying to get her stuff. And she finally came home. She's been in there since before Thanksgiving, and she's finally doing way better. And man, I just got so busy during the holidays. But yeah, I'm not gonna go into it. Let's just go ahead, jump into the video, and give you guys an update on what's been going on post 1.06 and what's kind of been fixed. Now, since the most recent update since Cyberpunk, we've gotten to 1.06, and we're supposed to be getting a new one in January, I think. I'll put it up on the screen if we are or not. Anyway, so the things that have improved with the latest update is getting onto a vehicle and it jumping straight to third person is not an issue. That actually does, just like that. I prefer to drive in third person more than first person. It just feels better for me. But I do still notice an issue where cycling through the cameras does cause a problem. It usually takes a few seconds. Opening up the radio station still takes a few seconds. So that's all still kind of there. Loading in environments is a whole lot quicker this time. I'm still having issues where I'm having to deal with loading environments, but it is a whole lot quicker this time, so I'm glad that they did fix that. One of the most annoying things to me so far is just going into a combat area and opening fire. This gets really annoying because sometimes my gun will not make a sound. Whenever you start firing your gun, you're expecting, the sounds of the gun that fires just going off, and it doesn't do that. It's like silent for a few seconds, and then it starts cutting in with the audio. That's really annoying because your brain's just tuned to know when you're firing a gun, and you expect to hear the gun fire, and it does get really annoying. And speaking of combat area stuff that does bother me, explosions still aren't completely right. You'll have like gas tanks or whatever that you can blow up in the area, and sometimes either the sound won't cut in for the explosion, or the explosion will happen but you won't see like the explosion animation. You'll just see the enemy fly, and then 2 seconds later the explosion will go off and you'll die from it. It's one of the weirdest things, and it has gotten better, but it is just something that I've been taking note of recently. A huge interface issue that I'm having, even since when the game first started, was subtitles. These annoy the hell out of me. Now, I get that a lot of people love subtitles in video games. Depending on what game it is, I honestly will use subtitles. I'm not a subtitles person. I play with headphones like 90% of the time, and I can usually hear everything. But they keep cutting on for me, and I keep having to go into the options menu, cutting them off constantly. If there's like a story interaction, they instantly cut on, but they don't just cut on. They pop up the first line, and it just stays there. It just stays there as that, no matter what the dialogue is. And that can be really annoying sometimes. Now, I want to go back to combat sections for a minute. Whenever I do engage in combat sections, I can never do stealth. I'm not terrible at stealth. I'm not great, but I'm decent at stealth. What puts a distrust between me and the game in stealth sections is because the AI has a weird thing that it does. Whenever the soldiers in the area are on idle, they'll be walking around, and whenever they get to their post, to like swap back into a different direction to go back the other way, and follow their protocol that they do, during the stealth sections. What's annoying is they'll shift like direction when you try to sneak up on them, so it's almost impossible to do stealth takedowns. I can usually do about one or two, and then after that the magic's gone. The game just starts bugging, and that third enemy is always just jumping around, and I can't do a stealth takedown, and that's why I always just end up going in guns blazing. I'm thankful that no mission so far that I've done is like, you have to do this stealth, because I would have fucking not done it good at all. One thing that is really annoying is that hacking is a really interesting thing to do in this game. Hacking other people's cybernetics is really fun when it works, and one of the reasons I say when it works is because a big issue is trying to open up the UI to, scan people and go into what you can hack and not hack is really annoying, because sometimes that doesn't load up properly, and the game acts all funny when you try to load it up, and that's just something that does add to the unplayability. Now, like I said, I bought the game. I just kind of want to push through it at this point. At least my main campaign run. I am looking to get a next-gen console soon, whenever I can get my hands on one. I'm preferably going for the Series X because I just want to play some backwards compatible games that I can't get on the PS5, and I'm too lazy to build a gaming PC. That's the honest truth. Now there are some weird animations still going on, some walking animations. Ever since the beginning, I have run into this issue less, but one thing that I've noticed that's really bothering me is I'll get stuck walking left to right, and I won't be able to go forward unless I crouch and sort of sprint out of it. I have found the easy way out of that, but the fact that it's happening at all is super annoying. Some animations, like people won't be holding their guns right whenever you look at them. That's really weird. Another thing that I've noticed is sometimes you'll have a gun that you can use to lock onto an enemy, and all bullets, if it's like in the iron sight, will automatically just lock onto that enemy. Only issue is that sometimes that animation looks weird and it kind of sticks on for the other guns, and yeah, it's just really annoying. Honestly, that's all I've got for this video. I do apologize for how long it took. I do want to keep updating, telling you guys what's different, at least with my experience in every single update that comes out with Cyberpunk. So if you're just curious to know what they're constantly changing, this is probably what you want to check out. I didn't ever plan on making videos like this, but a lot of people really loved the last video that I did, so I'd be stupid not to do a follow-up. I do constantly other movie reviews and talk about TV shows and games sometimes. So this is kind of a weird step for my channel. So if you want to go check out some of that stuff, I'd really appreciate it. I'm working on my favorite TV shows of 2020 soon, so if you stick around for that, I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to have a great day. I don't even like to tell people to subscribe at the end. I'm like, you're gonna make your decision. Just have a good day. That's all I want. So have a good day.